Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It feels like it was just Monday and it's already Saturday. I don't know how I'm doing so much less, but yet the days are going by so much faster. Anyways, what we have going on are a couple quick things I want to mention. Tonight at 6 p.m., we're doing trivia night. The link is on the Facebook group. We made an event and everything. So if you don't have access to that, email me, Hudson@CrossFit. I'll make sure to get it to you so you guys can join us for trivia. It's going to be pretty fun. We're going to have like teams and stuff, and it'll be pretty cool setup. So I'm excited for that. And if you're not good at trivia, I suck at trivia. That's okay. Come join me for trivia. Another quick announcement. These videos sometimes get posted up late. So for some reason, the first few weeks were fine. And when we finished a live video, it'd go right to our YouTube channel. You see it whenever. But now it's taking like 12 hours or so for it to get updated. So you can check the link on Wodify in order for them to be able to see, in order for you to see the workouts, the video workouts right away as soon as we finish uploading them. We have a Google Doc that you can just, the whole week of videos are up there. So if you join the class an hour after it goes live, but you don't see it, that's why. Check out the link on Wodify and it'll be right there. So for today's weightlifting, we have a lot of cool things going on. First, every 90 seconds for 4 sets, we're doing 8 Kang squats, which is like a deadlift, squat, deadlift, stand position, or like a good morning, I should say. Then we have 4 max effort dynamic glute bridges, kind of focus on explosive hip drive and getting ourselves nice and snappy. And then lastly, we have some towel deadlifts. So if you have a towel, snag a towel. All you need is a really skinny beach towel. You don't need anything really thick like a really soft shower towel. I recommend a beach towel. It's something that's kind of like thinner. If you only have a shower towel, that's fine as well. And then for the extra credit, we have some strict press if you want to get those boulder shoulders. So let's do the warm-up. In the warm-up, I have a minute of dynamic stretches included. So we'll be mobilizing as we warm up, but it's 4 rounds, 10 scorpions, 12 straight leg sit-ups, followed by a minute of dynamic stretches. So bring it to the floor. I'll show you guys the scorpions, and then we'll get started. Here's my beach towel for later. Yeah. All right, so for the scorpions, let me get a better angle for you guys. This is the hardest part about doing these live videos, just getting a good angle where you can see everything that's going on. All right, so scorpions, that's where you're laying on the floor, arms out to the side. You're gonna lift your leg up by keeping your shoulder down, and then drop that leg over to the other side. We're gonna do 5 each side. Boxing away. Boom. From there, go ahead and sit up. Legs out in front. Lay back. Come back up. Touch your toes. 12 straight leg sit-ups. Nine, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let me grab my timer. Boom. All right, guys, the first thing we're going to do is you're going to get in the bottom of your squat. If you can't get quite low yet, hips a little tight, that's fine. Just get as low as you can. Bring one hand up towards the ceiling, the other hand's flat on the floor. Come back down and switch. It's going to help open up our upper back. Allow for better posture during our lifts. We got 30 more seconds. Ooh. Ooh. My upper back is tight from yesterday. All those bent over rows. Ooh. Now 10 more seconds. All right, lay back on the floor. Back to scorpions. And if you can see, my foot's not going very high. Like I'm trying to aim for my hand, but it's still got some distance. But the whole focus is keeping those shoulders down still. All right, 10 of those, 12 sit-ups. All right, next, just 1 minute of cat cows, guys. Nice and easy, just loosen up those vertebrae. Move nice and slow here. Really try to push that position when your chin's up. Really try to curl yourself in when your chin's down. And last night we had happy hour at 7 p.m. and it was really fun. It was good talking with everybody. I think we had like 9 people at one point. We're gonna do it every Friday night at 7 p.m. So be ready for the next one. Alcohol is optional. I'll give you a few more seconds. All right, guys, round 3 and 4, back to scorpions. Every time I'm getting up, I notice that I groaned. I definitely am ready for a day off tomorrow. I'm just gonna groan every time I have to get up. And 12. Okie dokie. From here, bringing your legs out to that frog position, but one leg's gonna extend out as far as you can get it. So we're really trying to open up the angle of our hips. I'm gonna push my butt back towards my heel, get a deep stretch to the inside of my thighs, come back up, work my way back down. The wider you go with your hips, the better. About 20 more seconds on this side, then we'll switch. Feels pretty good if you did Thursday's workout with all the lunges. All right, switch legs. So not only are you driving that leg out, but you're driving this knee a little bit further as well if you can. Push the butt towards the heel. Come back up. Few more. Okay, one more round, everybody. Back to sit-ups. I didn't groan that time. My body's getting warm. All right, last one, standing tall. We're actually gonna do a few reps of the Kang squats to get a feel for them without any weight, just to get an idea of what we do wanna use when we get to it. So for a Kang squat, it's gonna start with a good morning. I'd probably just have your hands close to your body somewhere. I'm gonna have them against my chest. I'm gonna start with a good morning, push my butt back, loading up my hamstrings. I'm gonna drop myself down into my squat, come back up to that good morning position, come back up to standing. So it's kind of like you're starting with the hinge motion, loading up the backside, come down to a squat, start to get your quads and hips involved, come back up, back to that hips up, back up to standing. If you're feeling pretty tight and these aren't that comfortable, just go mildly. Just go to start a little bit of a good morning, come down as low as you can in your squat, come back up, stand back tall. You don't have to force yourself down as deep as you can right now. So let's do 6 of these more, 6 total. I definitely have to widen my squat stance a little bit, a little more than I typically would if I was doing a regular squat. So keep that in mind. Kind of helps me get a little bit lower in the position. That's 3. Really good exercise for your low back and your hips. Help mobilize and strengthen them. Got 1 more, I think. I'll do 2 more, I can't remember. Boom, all right. So, in case if you joined a little late, like I mentioned earlier, you gotta grab a towel, either a beach towel, preferably something that's kind of like thin, much thinner, like a typical like shower towel, but a shower towel afraid of possibly like stretching out or ripping. So make sure it's not your favorite sweatshirt if you grab a sweatshirt. So the very first thing we got going on today are those Kang squats. Every 90 seconds for 4 sets, we're doing 8 of them. If you have a barbell, you can place the bar on your back and you treat like a traditional good morning, then down to the squat. If you have a dumbbell or a if you have a kettlebell, you could grab the handle and then place it behind your back and then use the kettlebell as like a barbell on your back instead. If you don't have that, you have a dumbbell. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the dumbbell hugged up against my chest like I would a good goblet squat. I'm gonna hug it in tight and not let it sway away. I'm gonna push my butt back, come down, back up, boom. Okay. So we'll get started in like 30 seconds. Yeah, that stretch was hitting the right spots. Let me show how I'm gonna make it look with a dumbbell. I'm thinking 30 pounds. I'm only gonna use a 30-pound dumbbell. So don't go crazy heavy here. I would recommend an empty barbell or a 30 to 45-pound dumbbell or kettlebell for you. But how I'm gonna hold it is I'm gonna hold it like this, push my butt back, boom, drop down into my squat, come back up, oop, don't fall back, come back to standing. So because it's 8 of those, you have to move pretty consistently throughout, because every 9 seconds is gonna be pretty quick. If you need to do no weight for the first set, maybe you grab, a couple books, hug those against your chest, you grab your detergent, whatever you have, it's like around like 10 pounds, you can do that, and always increase the weight as you go along. So the first one could be no weight if you wanted to, then you could add a little bit of weight, then you could add your dumbbell or your kettlebell or your barbell, okay? So we're gonna start in just 1 second. Every 90 seconds for 4 sets, do 8 of those. So it's gonna be pretty quick. All right. Ready, team? Let's do it. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. We're doing 8 reps. And 8 reps. 30 pounds wasn't too bad for me. I'm definitely going to keep it there, though. Took about 35 seconds. We're at 40 seconds now. So about a 1-to-1 work to rest. Not too bad. Better than I expected. But these are really nice because, A, it forces you to kind of drop your hips down into that squat position. So it forces you to use the backside of your legs, which we want to use in a squat. We don't want to be super quad dominant and shove our knees forward. Even though it's okay to have your knees track forward, if it's excessive, it just loads up all the weight in your knees. And it's more likely to take you off your heels. So we want to find that sweet balance of having our knees go forward, but our hips are still back, and the weight's still mid-foot. My hips already feel significantly more loose after doing just that first set. So it really helps you get a nice upright squat position, as well as strengthen your hamstrings. So you have to do that good morning every time. So you're mobilizing and strengthening your hamstrings at the same time. It's a great exercise. Thank you, Mr. Kang, for making this exercise. All right, set 2. Oh yeah, hips are definitely loosening up as we go along. A lot. I think that was 7. Either did 8 or 9, I don't know. Whoa. Oh man, the hammies. Hammies are feeling it for sure. The CrossFit class today is gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be a burner. I highly recommend you join me for the CrossFit class. It's only 14 minutes, not that long. That's all it is. You guys got that. Going again, 20 seconds. So with these Kang squats, again, because it's forcing you to sink those hips back a little bit more and sit the squat down, it's going to help you put a lot of weight in your backside, which is where the main muscles are used to help you in a squat. So it's going to help with your squat positioning to help you lift more weight when you squat and not just be like, back and forth. I see a lot of people when they squat, they kind of aren't sure where they want to shift their knees. Like every squat looks a bit different with how they're going down into it. 3rd set. This will help you really focus on those big boys, the hamstrings and the glutes, the big movers when it comes to squats. I got 1 more. I keep losing count. Pretty sure that was 8. Yeah, let me know how this feels for you guys. After that 3rd set, it feels like I'm like super low in my squat. I'm totally up and down. My squat feels amazing as I'm doing these. They're not easy to do, but after each set, I notice a difference in my squat. The first few, my hips are kind of like iffy. I definitely had to warm up into it, but now it's like, holy moly. Expect to see these more in the programming, for sure. Great warm up for the backside. Great warm up for the hips. Help increase mobility. All right, guys. Last set. Boom. Woo-wee. No mas. Yeah, my squat. I feel so up and down now. Holding the bar would be easy. We'll definitely start throwing these in when we get back in the gym. We start doing snatches. Okay. 4 sets. That was pretty quick. Done with those. Next, we're doing some explosive hip drive. So I don't know the actual name for this. This is what my closest idea of what the name could possibly be. But where did I put my Wi-Fi at? But I decided to call them max effort dynamic glute bridges, because the whole goal for these is we want to focus on explosive hip drive, which is where power comes from. When I see people not be aggressive with the barbell, and let's say, for example, you're building up for a heavy clean. I see people like the weight's really light when they're first warming up, and they'll do this, they'll go boom. And they're kind of using a lot of upper body, they're kind of just cheating the motion and getting it done quicker, versus really focusing on having their hips be the main power source for the exercise and creating the bar to float up. So instead of me doing this, kind of getting it done and getting to the shoulders, I want to focus on pop my hips and then catching back up. So really being aggressive with my hip drive. This is the money maker when it comes to hitting a snatch or a clean PR. You can't short this range of motion. You have to be aggressive here if you want that bar to go anywhere. So this exercise is going to help us really focus on that and be fast with our hips and build that power. So this will be a lot longer of a rest period, but the same span every 90 seconds for 4 sets. We're going to do, it says 4, I'm going to change it to 5. We're going to do 5 max effort glute bridges. So how I want these to look is you're going to lay on your back. You're going to bring your knees towards your chest and have your feet off the floor. You're then going to shove your feet down as fast as you can as you raise your hips off the floor. So it looks like this. And you try to land with yourself already in that glute bridge position. So if I set up again, boom, I try to catch the top, my glutes, my hamstrings are already tight, and for me to catch this position, I have to be fast with my hips. So if I do this, and I just kind of push my feet down and raise my butt up, it's not the same. I want to get my hips up in the air, and then my hips are leaving the floor before my feet come to the floor, okay? So try a couple out really quick before we get started, and let me know how they feel for you. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll start in like 30 seconds. We're going to go every 90 seconds for 4 sets. We're going to do 5 instead of the 4 that I originally wrote down. Where'd the sun go? You know what I'm saying? Why is it all gloomy again? It's been gloomy all year. That's probably why coronavirus came about, because San Diego's sick. San Diego's been sick all year, all this gloominess and rain. All right, no questions, so let's do it. So same time frame, every 90 for 4 sets. We're doing 5 of these. Don't rush them. Take like 3 to 4 seconds per each rep. And just focus on how fast can you get those hips off the floor and how fast can you slam those feet into the ground. All right. If you guys want to watch me do all 5 first, then you do your 5, you can, because it'll be plenty of time in that 90-second span. All right, we're off. So my hips come off the floor before my feet touch. Boom. Those felt fast. Those felt good. We did these like a month ago, I want to say. Like it was like the first weekend or the second weekend of quarantine. And I like these a lot. Really great drill to help focus on being powerful with the hips. Like I said, that's the money maker in a heavy clean or heavy snatch. It's not how strong you are, how much weight you can actually pull off the floor. You can't do it quickly. We're halfway, guys. And the reason we're taking this long break, I really want to make this important, express the importance of this. In order to, if your body produce power, it has to tax it's calling it from your central nervous system. Your central nervous system only has so much, bandwidth to be able to be powerful and explosive. That's why people that, if you ran a mile and you ran 100% at the start of that mile, you're 100% at the end of the mile. Right before you finish, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be a lot slower because your body can only push for so long at maximum effort, and then it tapers off. So with this longer rest, allowing our body to kind of come back to normal and kind of store our energy back up again, so we can then be powerful one more time. So this is actually a shorter rest than I would want it to be. I probably want the rest to be even longer than this, but for the purpose of this exercise, it'll be fine for today. All right, set 2. Yeah, so anything that comes to you having to use maximum effort, like a 100-meter sprint, a 1 rep max lift, all those kind of things. The reason you can't do a 1 rep max back squat and then do the same percent in a couple minutes and the same percent in a couple minutes is because your body can only perform maximum effort for so long. So something to keep in mind. That's also why when it comes to how I personally coach, when I have athletes try to find 1 rep maxes, I don't want you to do a set at 80%, 85%, 90%, 95%, then 100, then try to find a new PR, because you're pretty much close to that maximum effort, energy production. So if you're taking pretty much all your max effort into 80% and 90% and 95%, you're wasting a lot of that energy you could have saved for the heavier lift. So it's very mental, especially it's very mental to be able to lift a heavy weight for a 1 rep max, but it's also making sure you don't, you got to kind of use both to your advantage. People feel better when they do like, okay, I'm going to do 85%, then 90, then 95. Well, I feel pretty good. I feel confident. I can do 100% or more. That's okay, but you don't want to do it too much to where, again, you're going to waste the energy you could have spent just doing 80, 90, 102% or something like that. All right, we're a little bit behind. Let's hit it. I think it was 5. That was 5, at least. Ugh. I've seen plenty of athletes who, hit their 80%, their 85, 90, and it looks easy. I'm like, oh yeah, there's no way you can't PR today. Like you're gonna hit like 110% for a PR today. But then by the time they get to, 102, 105%, they've hit their 100%, and it looked 20, 22 minutes to find a max. We're not gonna give you a whole hour to find a max. If that was the case, it'd be different. We could rest a lot longer between, and you could hit more sets. For the purpose of what we're looking for, we're not going to the gym just to find what our max is. We focus on our metabolic conditioning, our cardio. We focus on our endurance, focus on our gymnastics. We focus on a lot of different things. So when we do find what our max, we try to give more time for that. But you can only get so much time because that's only one piece of the puzzle. We don't want to focus on just that. We want to make sure we always, focus on multiple things, make ourselves well-rounded. Last one, guys. Okie dokie. Now, time for some towel deadlifts. Even if you have a barbell, I still want you doing these towel deadlifts because it's going to be a lot more challenging than it would be with any amount of weight you have. Unless you have a fully stocked gym, cool for you. I would load it up with a really heavy weight, but you're not going to pick a weight that you could actually pull off the floor. And let me explain that with the towel deadlift. So we're doing every 20 seconds. Yeah, so we're doing 5 rounds, 20 seconds on, 40 seconds on, which would be pretty tough, of a towel deadlift. I'm actually going to take my shoes off for this one. You don't have to if you don't want to. I don't feel like I need to have shoes on right now for this one. So you're going to stand on top of the towel, trying to stand in a hole in your concrete floor. And then from here, I'm going to wrap my hands around it. So I have a little bit of extra stability in my grip. Because if I do this, it's very easy for it to kind of slide out of my hand. If I wrap around and then grab, it kind of naturally it's easier to hold on to the entire towel. From here, I'm going to set up my deadlift position so my butt's down, my chest is slightly above my hips. I'm going to pull and create tension in my entire body for 20 seconds. I just did 3 seconds right there, and it's pretty rough. And what this is going to do is it's going to mimic a max effort deadlift pull, and it's going to help tax your CNS to where you're going to still maintain a lot of that power production that you could produce. I take it back, not power. A lot of the strength you could produce when it comes to a heavy deadlift. So if you're afraid your heavy deadlift gains are going to go away, don't you worry, son. This is the exercise for you. So grab a towel, preferably a beach towel. If you only have access to a shower type towel, that's fine as well. If you also have like an older sweatshirt, you don't mind possibly stretching out, that works as well. I think I used this sweatshirt. No, I used a different one. And it wasn't too bad. It kind of stretched a little bit, but I think when you wash it, it goes back to normal. So we'll start in 30 seconds. If you need more time to get situated, You could always pause this video and then start it back up when you're ready, so we don't start without you. Also, because it is every 20 seconds on and then 40 seconds off, you could just start your 20 seconds when I finish my 20 and start 20 seconds delayed every time, you know what I mean? Body's feeling good now that I'm moving. A little stiff this morning, but everything's starting to loosen up. All right. Every 20 seconds, you're going to do a 20-second towel deadlift. No, I don't think about not every 20 seconds. For 20 seconds, a towel deadlift, 40 seconds off for 5 rounds, guys. Here, I'm going to start my clock and then run for a minute, just so I can start on the whole minute. And the goal is you want to keep tension. So I'm trying to pull the towel up, as obviously I'm pressing down with my feet. So I'm creating that tension. I don't want me to pull the towel up and let my feet kind of cave in like this and let like the towel start pulling me up as well. I want to press down the towel hard like I'm squatting a bar, and I'm pulling hard like I'm pulling a bar for a deadlift. I'm going to start in 30 seconds. I'm going to get situated. The 40 seconds is not going to be a very long rest period. Have my feet kind of close so I can have a little more towel to pull up on. All right, guys, going in 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and pull. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Oh. Whew. I was really feeling it. My hamstrings was perfect, exactly where I want to feel it. It's the main driver in a deadlift. And the entire time I'm thinking about pulling hard on the towel while pressing my feet hard on the floor so I create that tension in my body. All right, we're going again, 20 seconds. Get situated. All right. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and pull. Keep breathing. Ten seconds. Keep pulling. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Oh. I'm almost starting to sweat a little bit. That's tough. Oh man. Once we finish all 5 sets, let me know what you guys think of these. I like them a lot because it mimics pulling that heavy bar. Some people will do, I don't know the name of the exercise. Some people will actually they'll set up a bar inside of a squat rack, like they do a deadlift inside of a squat rack. Get your towel set up, and they'll have like a bar going perpendicular to the barbell, and they'll pull it to where the bar can't go up. 3, 2, 1, pull. Keep pulling, pull hard. 10 seconds. 2, 1, rest. So let me give you a better example of what I'm going to try and explain. Imagine this is my barbell, and I'm inside of a squat rack. They'll have 2 bars going perpendicular to it, to where when they go and pull on the barbell, they can't get it very high because the perpendicular bar is obviously stopping it. So it creates that tension. So it helps train your nervous system to be ready to pull a heavy weight, especially when you get to that sticking point. So if you're the kind of person that does that, and you go here and you go, and you go boom, and you drop it, that would be a great exercise for you. This is a great exercise for you. All right, get ready. Oh, another. 3, 2, 1, and pull. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Oh man, 40 seconds rest is not enough. Last time I did 15 on, 45 off, and it wasn't too bad. That extra 5 seconds on with extra or less 5 seconds of rest, that's killer. We might do this again in a few weeks. We'll make the rest longer. We'll probably give it 20 seconds to have a longer rest. I can't imagine going for 25. 20 is hard. All right, get ready, guys. Last one. And 3, 2, 1, and pull. 5, pull. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh. I was feeling in my lower back a little bit. That's okay. When you feel tension in your lower back has muscles just like every other part of your body. So if you feel it working, that's a good thing. It's just, if you feel it working too much, it can be kind of something to concern. If you feel it a lot on an exercise where you probably should not be feeling it, is a big concern. So, like for example, if you're benching and your back is like bugging you during benching, that'd be a bigger flag. But for a deadlift, your lower back muscles got to work too. If you have a weak low back, then it's really going to feel it. So you got to have a strong back. So this exercise is good for that. Okie dokie, guys. Let's talk about the extra credit if you're interested. If not, we'll stretch out for a little bit, and then I'm going to log out and get ready for the CrossFit class in a little bit. So, that's 40 seconds already? Class was flying by. All right, so if you are interested in extra credit, it is today for quality. I remember that. For quality, 75 strict press. If you have 2 objects, if you have 2 dumbbells, 2 kettlebells, or a barbell, you can use both hands at the same time. 75 total strict press. Every time you break, you have to do 3 ATYTs. ATYTs, you push in your butt back, having your chest pointed kind of towards the floor, like at a 30-degree angle. So I'm not totally bent over like a 90-degree angle. You want to be more like a 110, 120. And from here, I'm going to bring my hands together, pull them back to an A position, come back down, T, Y, T, and that's 1 rep. 3 of those. If you want, you can do no weight and just use your hands. Still be plenty good. You'll feel in your upper back for sure. If you have some books nearby, you can use 2 heavy textbooks, something like that. Dictionary, if you're feeling really strong for today, and do those as well. And then once you do your 3 ATYT, that's 1. You go back to your strict press, try to get this done in as few sets as possible. If you only have 1 item, you could do, I think I wrote 45 each side of a single item. So you would do as many as you can here. Let's say I get 15 and then I got a break. I'll do my ATYTs, then start this side and have a different number for this side. So I want to make sure you're still doing 45 each side. You're not doing, I did 70 on this side and I did the rest on this side. I want to make sure they're obviously getting equal. I want you to alternate which arm you're using after each time you do a set of ATYTs. If that makes sense. If not, let me know. All right, let's stretch. Go ahead and have a seat. We'll stretch for like 6 minutes or so. I'll give you guys 3 good stretches, and then we'll get ready for the CrossFit class. So first one, place your foot above your knee. Bring your butt towards your heel. The first time I get this stretch, I like to lean like this. I can usually get a couple spine pops, but not today. I think my body's actually kind of loose. It's not all stiff like a board. Whew. Again, tonight at 6 p.m. trivia night. Be there, be square. I'll be there, and again, I know nothing. I know no trivia. All I know is how to do cleans and muscle-ups. That's all I'm good for. So if those aren't any questions, I'll be screwed. But I'll still be there hanging out and having fun. So make sure you guys join me for that. Go and switch legs. And I talked to Ashley, who's hosting it, and she said they're gonna be. So I guess I don't know much about Zoom, but she said at Zoom you can break up into small little groups, like little mini meetings inside of a Zoom meeting. So we'll make teams. We'll all break up into little teeny groups and discuss what we think the answer is. Come back, have our answer. So I'm pretty excited. Should be fun. If not, I'm sure it'll be funny. So I can get a pop. No pops today. Those towel deadlifts really got me. Those are really tired. All right, next. One leg in, one leg out. Reach for the toes. If that's a little too much at first, just grab whatever you can. Start really mild. Then over the minute of us doing this stretch, we'll kind of let our body release. Not let our body. Hopefully our body will release so we can reach a bit further. I always recommend never just jamming yourself into a stretch. Never go to where it's like super excruciating right off the bat. Your body tends to stiffen up that way and not really stretch, or you have a chance of pulling something. So just start really relaxed, just where you feel something stretch. And then naturally your body will kind of go like, oh, this is kind of nice. And then fall into that position, you'll get a little bit deeper. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice stretch here. About 30 more seconds. Me and my fiance bought a above ground pool. It's like a little, not like a crazy ugly one. It's like a little teeny, like 30-inch height pool, like 12 feet wide. It's like a little one just kind of fit in our backyard. Go and switch legs. And we were super pumped to use it because it was hot these past couple days. That's why we bought it. We thought like it'd be cool to have a pool, just hang out and let the dogs play in it too. But now it's supposed to be cloudy the next couple days, so we can't even enjoy it yet. It was only like $140, I want to say. It's really affordable. It's in this little box over here. It's like a 2 foot by 4 foot box it's in. It's like a metal, legit pool with like a pump and everything. Excited for it. Excited to lay out. Now we're just gonna get some little tubes to float in. Just enjoy the water. So you can't go to the beach. All right, let's see. Last one I want to hit you guys. I want to hit thread, then needle. I feel like my upper back's kind of tight. I thought it will help loosen up a little bit, especially my rear delt, my traps. So if you want to lay flat on the floor, you can. If you like to have your butt up for this one in the air, like a puppy dog, you can. But walk the arm out underneath you. Bring your chest right down. A few more seconds. I'm ready to go back to sleep. All right, switch arms. Now last stretch, guys. All right. I could have fallen asleep right there, but let's try not to. Fall asleep later. All right. Thanks for joining, you guys. Thanks for liking the video. It helps out a lot. If you guys have any questions for me, you know where to reach out. I'll see you tonight at Trivia Night. If not, I will see you Monday, 8 a.m. I'm not 10 a.m. anymore. 8 a.m. For some fitness. Later, Alex. See you in a little bit. See you in CrossFit. Later, guys.